How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another YouTube interview. This one is with Brad, one of our clients that joined our program about 2.5, 3 months ago, and he's been able to start and grow his own consulting business to about $20,000 to $30,000 a month with some performance-based deals as well as one high-ticket offer we've helped him build. So he came to our program with literally no experience. He'd worked with tons of other coaches, other people in a similar sort of industry that do something similar. And he worked with us, and you're just going to see the insane transformation that's gone on in his head and in his business where, you know, he was aiming to get to 6 figures a year by the end of the year, and now he's like, wow, that's like nothing. Like, I could do way more than that. So Brad is an extremely inspirational story, not just to myself, but also to our other members in the community, and hopefully to yourself as well. If you're ready to pull the trigger, get help, you can either just schedule a call directly with myself or the team. We're not just pawning you off to some bullcrap salesperson. It's a real person involved in our community helping our clients get results that you'll be speaking to, or it'll be myself directly. So either that, or you can watch our free training. It's about 45 to 50 minutes long. You can register for that using the link in the description. Click there, name, email, and you can watch a whole nearly hour-long practical movie on how we get the sorts of results we get for our clients, just breaking down everything that we do. So if that interests you, you can check that out as well. But without further ado, here is Brad Fairbridge. Welcome to the channel, Brad. Mr. Fairbridge, welcome to the channel.
What's going on, dude? It's good to be here.
Dude, great to have you. We had like 5 minutes of just pre-call. So I just wanted to start, like I said, from scratch and just get all these updates from you. I know, just generally you've had a great experience. I know some of the numbers of what's going on. I know we helped you build your offer, make some of your first sales. When you first came into the program, I saw that you had some, niche expertise. And this is where so many of our clients come from. They don't know that they're sitting on a pile of gold. And I see that our job as a coaching company is to help you like tap into the potential that you already have that you didn't even realize you had. So that's what I see happen with you, dude. So I'm looking forward to this interview, and I would love to just hear your story of what your offer is, how you sold these first couple copies, and really get that feedback from you. So walk me from the top, man. What's your experience been like? How's it been joining our program, and what have you learned, and what have been the successes so far?
Yeah, dude. So I hit you up like, I guess it was like 2 months ago now, a month and a half, something like that. But I was very lost when I found you. I was like, just coming out of working with another coach who basically I had really high hopes working with him in the kind of copywriting marketing space, but got 2 months in with him and just felt very lost. Wasn't really what he promised. And things just kind of just went downhill, and I just felt confused, right? I wasn't sure where I wanted to go next. Went back to the drawing board about like, what do I want to do long term? Is it like client work that I want to do? Do I want to set up my own program? Because I have some experience in the marketing space from the last couple of years, but basically was following you on YouTube for probably about a year, just watching videos weekly as you were putting them up. And I just kind of, the whole time I was thinking, this guy really knows his stuff. Like, he seems like he's pretty clear, he's straightforward, no fluff. And it kind of just led me to booking a call with you. I wasn't really sure what to expect. I wasn't really planning on signing up with another coach, to be completely honest, but I just got on with you. We just hit it off. And like you said, it kind of just came back to like, what do you want to do? What's your skill level? What's your experience? Like, what are you good at? And you just like, no bullshit. You just cut right to the truth. And you're just like, you're good at what you do. Even if you weren't good at what you do, like you can figure it out. You just have to get super clear on one offer and just commit to that one thing, right? Because I was so scattered for the last year. I've been very scattered on like what I want to do. And you just helped just cut through all that and just like make it simple. That's the best way to put it. Just simplify everything. When you simplify it and you know what you want to do, and you got one offer, and you just start hitting people up, like
dude, that one offer theme, man. We see that so much with our clients. They have like 3 different offers and 2 different niches and 4. Actually, sorry, there's a lot of noise going on outside. But no, like a bunch of different offers, bunch of different niches, bunch of different like ways of marketing, ways of getting sales calls, different ways of selling. Even like they have. So for those of you who are new to the channel or new to even to what we do, we help you build an offer, pick a niche, scale that offer into your niche. We've created 3 $1 million a year businesses from scratch inside of our coaching program. And I fully believe Brad is well on the way, because he's now built one. It's a $5,000 offer you've got, right? It's $5,000 or $6,000 that you're selling.
Yeah.
So, and you sold a couple copies of that. And before you even joined, you didn't have an semblance of what that offer could be. So we came in, helped you figure that out, got you clear on sales, clear on prospecting. We helped you use your organic sort of existing network to make some of your first sales. And now you're going out into the market, doing some cold prospecting as we teach. So just to make it very clear where Brad is coming from. So in your eyes, then, how important has it been to have that one offer, one niche, one prospecting process versus maybe what you'd gotten with your other coaches, where it's just kind of like, hey, you got to learn copy. Hey, you also got to learn sales. Hey, you got to learn ads. Hey, you got to learn funnels. Hey, you got to learn, like, kind of draw the contrast of what it was versus what it is now.
Yeah. And just like one point to make was just your conviction on that too. Like normally coaches, well, at least my experience, a lot of the time, it just feels like your coach is kind of telling you what you want to hear. Right.
Yeah.
But you were just like, what I'm actually hearing, dude, is that you got too many things going on. You're feeling very scattered. You're listening to too many people. And that commitment on my end of just like listening to one person, this is working for other people. Let's do this. That was the game changer for me. It was like getting on the call, and I was kind of expecting to be doing a lot of like done for you work with like 10, 20 different clients this year. And you on that call, you're like, dude, you're way undervaluing yourself. Like you're talking about charging like 2K a month for what you got here. Like, I think you can charge 5 straight up. And like when you said it, I believed it. But I've been kind of fighting myself on it for months. Right. So I just kind of put an offer together. It was like a done with you, whatever, kind of like, honestly, it felt very scrappy, but it just worked. Because like I knew I could get the result, right?
Scrappy works. The reason scrappy works is because it forces you to do the stuff that actually matters. Most people, they spend so much time building their offer, building the process, and they never even like go out and actually sell their freaking thing. So it's like, I believe start with the price tag, start with the core value add, and then just get out there, start having calls, man. Like you don't need to overcomplicate it so much. Like there's some people in the space are like, you gotta have like a team of 3 people. You gotta have a onboarding process and a delivery. I'm like, dude, just freaking like, what's the core problem you're solving for your market? Talk to people and see if they'll pay you to solve that problem. And then once you have that verbal yes, see if you can collect the check. If you collect a check, then move forward, figure out a general semblance of how you're going to solve that problem. And you're going to get better and better as you do it. And I think one of the things I told you, Brad, was like, if you're charging any less than 5,000, you're undervaluing yourself. Like, how did that hit you when you first heard it? Because a lot of our clients, they first join us, or even the YouTube viewers, they hear me say that and they don't really internalize it. Like, what did it take for you to actually charge 5,000 like we tell our clients to? Like, how did that work out for you?
Yeah, it's funny when you say internalize it, because it literally bounced right off me. Like you threw it at my face and I was just like, not a chance. Like there's no way I can do that, right? But as I kind of like took a step back and I thought about it more, I'm like, the result that I'm bringing them is 100 times more than that. Like 5,000 almost feels like I'm undervaluing myself. Like as I started to like look at what I was actually offering them in terms of value. So like, it sounds like a lot of money, but when you start surrounding yourself with people, that was one thing that the group's been super valuable, is like you start surrounding yourself with these other people who are making 10, 20, 30, 50, 100K a month. And it's just like, these guys are offering similar deals. Like what makes them any different than me, right? I put in the time, I've read the books, I've gone through the courses. Like at one point you just have to own it and get out there and start making deals, like start getting on the phone with people, right? And so that one for me, that one was huge. And like landing that deal, I mean, it ended up being better than a 5K upfront deal. It ended up being like it's a performance deal. So I'm 5K a month with incentive up to 10, 15, 20K a month with these guys. So it's like, it's a long-term play, but closing that first deal, that destroys all your limiting beliefs, because now I've closed the second one and I've got another one coming as well, right? And I'm looking to turn them all into performance deals like that. It's just like, now I believe that it's possible. So like when I first got on the call with you, I was like, 10K a month would be nice. That's my goal for this year, right? And now it's like, you can see it. It's more than doable. Probably be like, maybe mid-year I'll hit that goal, and then end of year it could be 20, 30. We'll see where I'm at. But
I love it, dude. Well, I think one of the themes, dude, I love it, dude. One of the themes that we talk about in our program all the time, simplicity scales. One offer, one niche, one marketing process. Know your numbers. That's going to scale better than trying to do everything at once and trying to be trying to wear, 6 different hats every single day. So like, for example, when I look at my role in my company, I see it as leadership and marketing. Leadership meaning our coaches got to be on point. Our community's got to be on point. I got to make sure the standard of our community is high and that our clients are taking action. And then marketing meaning I got to tell people a story like yourself, Brad. I got to make sure people know that we're really freaking good at what we do. And if I can do that and then fill the funnel with new potential prospects. So my role is clear: marketing and leadership. So your role, it's like sales and delivery, right? So you can really summarize your own role within your own company. And most people, they have like 9 different hats, but we have our clients wear max like 3 hats, maybe: prospecting, sales, and delivery. It's like simplify those things. Have a high ticket offer that excites you for your industry, and get out there and start selling it. And at this point too, Brad, like, your clients, are they enjoying working with you? Are they not enjoying working with you? Like, is there improvements you could make? Like, walk me through that too, because I think a lot of people are going to hear, oh, you sold them a $5,000 package. Are they even happy to hit it? You know?
They're stoked. And the you know what the thing is
Yeah.
that I had that confidence walking in. Like, it's the owning what you do. Even like for the people that might be listening to this that are fairly new, like, as weird as it might sound, like, even if you don't feel super confident what you do, how you frame yourself coming into a sales call, like, I know my stuff, even though you might not be like totally sure on what you're doing, like, there's resources around you to get answers. You just got to jump, and coming in with the right frame, and like, and basically setting yourself up as the expert at what you do, that's going to be the game changer. Because for me right now, every decision that I make pretty well with these guys, like, it's trusted, and it's like, let's do this. It's like, there's no fighting me on sort of strategy and where to go in terms of marketing and scale. It's like, this guy knows his stuff. He's got a track record. He's surrounded by people that know what they're doing, and it's not their field of expertise. So like, there's just trust, right? Whereas in the past, like 3 years ago, I was working with a similar client in a similar niche, and it just felt like every decision that I made, even though I was making the right calls and stuff, I didn't have that expert frame. I was kind of like the newbie marketer, right? And I came in like kind of timid and shy, and it was like, there's just no respect. As sad as it is to say, it's just like, that's the truth, right? Like,
No,
they're
it really
paying you
is.
good
And
money.
it's like, people can see you. Yeah. People can see your self-image, and they'll like mirror it back to you. And so I saw this guy leave a comment on our channel, and I call out his name because I know he watches our stuff, and he's kind of like one of those like you can tell he knows what he's talking about, but he's also like a little bit of a troll. Christian, if you're watching this, I know you. I've seen you. He's on our videos. He's like, but Trey, a 5,000, that's not a beginner price tag. And I'm like, dude, shut up, man. That word beginner is holding you and tons of other people back. That word beginner. I'm a beginner. I'm a newbie. And when you have that identity of beginner and you've experienced it, you had to let go of the identity of beginner and move into identity of expert with a solution. Moving from beginner identity to expert with a solution identity. And I see this so much in our channel on YouTube, especially YouTube comments, man. There's something about YouTube comments, no idea what it is, right? We get that all the time. And I just want Brad to be an example of, look, this guy did not have an offer of this price tag. He wasn't even sure he could sell a $2,000 a month price tag. He was unconfident even at that level. And all we had to do was some internal work with him and help him understand, look, dude, you are an expert. You've got expertise. Even if you doubt your own expertise, you got to understand that the right person with the right lens of your expertise is going to see that as a $5,000 offer easily. We look at ourselves in the mirror. We don't always see 5, 10, 15,000, but to the right person, we're a 5, 10, 15,000, $20,000 consultant, right?
Totally, dude.
Dude, I love seeing that transition.
The group's been, it's been huge. There were a couple like strategies and processes that really helped through the sales process and sort of like setting up my offer. But the biggest thing by far has been mindset. It's like, you talk about that identity shift for one. Just a couple different ways of looking at it. Like, I mean, I did a lot of work before I found you on imposter syndrome and trying to like up my value and up my self-worth and stuff. And like, a lot of it's good, but like, I came in with you guys and it was just, just taking some of the weight off in terms of self-identity, and just making that shift and not putting so much pressure on you as the person, and like making the shift to, it's the result that I'm getting for you guys. It's not me, it's the result that you guys want. I'm going to facilitate that transformation, but it just takes so much pressure off you, because like, it makes it more of like the done with you model. It's like, it's more of a partnership, right? Rather than I'm going to come in and I'm going to do everything for you. And so they wire you 5K or whatever. And then it's like, okay, this guy's going to take care of everything. Like, we don't have to do anything now. Right. It's just the way that deal is made is kind of, it just sets you up for a lot of issues. Right.
Yeah.
And whereas it,
no, and I've caught myself even on sales calls recently, because we've got an incredible community success manager, and he helps facilitate a lot of our clients, make sure they're getting results. He holds their hand as we onboard and get them paid in. And, so because of that, I've only taken like, the occasional calls since I've brought him on. And what's interesting is, I had a call today and I even caught myself doing that. So we sold him. I brought him into the program. He's a new client. He's probably going to be in an interview like 4 or 5 months from now. Who knows? But he had this like limiting idea. He was like, I want to like 3 years from now, I would be at like, I want to be at like 6 figures. Like 3 years from now? Like 3 years? Like, dude, how long you been saying 3 years for? And he's like, well, I'm 22 and I like got started at 18. I'm still at like 3,000 a month. I'm like, bro, like I'm like that. The problem, I'm like, how'd you grow up? And he's like, well, I just grew up in a pretty like rough household, not a lot of money. I'm like, that's the problem. You see money as scarce. Like, I know it sounds backwards to some people, but once you see money as abundant, then it becomes abundant. Once you see clients as abundant, they become abundant. Once you understand that the market truly only caps as far as your own idea of how far the market caps. I hope that sentence made sense. That's when, the potential for what your business can become breaks through. And the reason I say that is because I was stuck at that level for so freaking long, dude. And it took what we've done for you for you to break through. So you're going to be at a level very soon. You're going to be at a 7-figure level quicker than you realize, Brad. I think the next step for you is streamlining inbound sales calls. If you can do that, you're on your way.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm excited about it. That's huge though. You mentioned that guy, the beliefs like around family. Like, I mean, if you're not raised in an entrepreneurial family, I wasn't. I definitely was not. So like a lot of those money beliefs, they kind of just come in and grab you, right? Whereas if you join a group like this and everybody in there is either at the same level you're at or further along in the journey, like you're surrounded by people that are hungry and that know this is possible and believe it to their core that it's possible, right? And it just little shifts over the first couple weeks in your mindset, and then it just kind of gives you that push to go out there and make those big sales calls.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. And it's funny, I was raised in an entrepreneurial household. So my father's an entrepreneur, my mom's a very type A driven person, and I still had those problems. It's like, even if you're raised in that environment, our culture puts a lot of work into making you think that it's hard out there.
It's like crabs in the bucket.
They're like money's scarce. Like, exactly. Because like they want you to be scared, because fear, you can be controlled when you're afraid. Like, and I don't want to get all political or anything, but maybe I do. True. I mean, honestly, this is how the world works. They keep you feeling scarce so that they can sell you the solution to that scarcity through who knows what it is, college or whatever. I mean,
that's why I mean it.
That's how I feel.
I mean it when I say like those first couple of deals that you close for a price point like that. It feels like you're just like, it feels like you're just detaching an anchor, because you're just like, like when you first start to make those calls and you're like putting your offer together and stuff in the beginning stages, you're like, just something feels wrong. You feel like you're doing something wrong. Like it's not real. And like, well, I'm wasting my time. I should just go back to a job. All of those beliefs start to come in. And like, I feel like that's what, like when people talk about making your first 100K a year is the hardest. And then it's like scaling, it just gets faster and faster because you're just letting go of all this baggage. Right. And I can see that happening now. So
dude, I love it for you, man. Well, let's talk a few practicals and then we'll end the call here, or in the interview. So tell me then, specifically if you're to talk to yourself back when you were getting started, because a lot of people are at that stage you were before you hopped in with us, Brad, where you were an expert, genuinely. You knew you had some expertise. Like, this is kind of where you were coming from. And some people don't even know they have expertise, and we have to show them that they have expertise. And maybe that was more your scenario. I think that was kind of it. It was like you had some expertise and you didn't even realize it. So I had to be like, hey man, this is like, you got something here. So what would you say to Brad, a couple months ago before you'd hopped in with us? And in light of that, really, what would you say to the typical, person at that stage, like just getting started? Knowing what you know now.
Yeah. I mean, like I would have listened to the advice had I done all the same. It's just like, you just got to jump. Like, that something's off, you need a little bit of guidance. You can read all the books in the world. You can take all of the courses where you're just consuming content all day, but there's something really different about having a group like this. Like, that's been the biggest thing for me. I've invested in a lot of programs and coaches and stuff, but having the group and live calls and all this has been a game changer, just because you're surrounded by people. Like, it's not just like you're thrown into a Facebook group or something like that, where you're around other people who are doing the same
quote
thing.
unquote.
Like, it's like I mean, especially with the way the last year has gone, like, I mean, this is kind of how we have to do it now, where we're all connected, but we're in our wherever we are, right?
Yeah.
It feels a lot more real when you're on
Yeah.
the call like this with people that are at home grinding away the same way you are. So yeah, anybody that's on the fence about joining something like Trey's group, like just jump. I mean, I know you mentioned on a couple of your other interviews, like people will take out a credit card or whatever to make the payment. Like I was in debt. I was
Yeah.
in debt. It was a tough year. So I just did it. I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't planning on getting another coach, but I just did it. It just felt
Yeah.
right. It was like an
Yeah.
intuition thing, and it's paid off
Mm.
massively for me. So
So good, dude. I love it. And the reason we're good at what we do isn't because there's anything special about us, but we've worked with over 500 business owners and we've boiled it down.
yeah.
It's just science at the end of the day. You start to notice themes, and it's like it's
Mm-hmm.
so cool to me, dude, and it's so validating for me just as a human because I identify a lot with what I do. To see somebody like you, who even when you joined, you were kind of a little bit still like, was
Yeah.
this the right
Yeah.
decision? Like, I'm in
Uh-huh.
debt. They
Uh-huh.
just threw a lot of money at these people, and then to
Yeah.
see you a few months later, it does my heart well, dude. Super proud of you. I'm sure we'll do an update interview at some point down the line. For those of you that want more meat, that want to get to know Brad further, if you're in the community, you're obviously welcome to message him. As you know, Brad, one of our prerequisites is if somebody reaches out to you, says they want a one-on-one, you take it. I mean, that's like one of
Of
the
course.
community staples of our group. So
Of
if
course.
you want to hang out with
Mm-hmm.
Brad, get to know a bit more about how he's doing it, how he sold his first. We've got people in our community that still selling like $1,000, $2,000 offer. I'm pushing them, pushing them, pushing them. Sometimes they just need to see that somebody's actually doing it, and they don't need to hear it from me because I'm like, Mr. Leader. They need to see that what I'm saying actually works.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude, that's some great beginner advice. Get help, get the right people, find the right mentor, whether it's us or
Mm-hmm.
someone like us. To be honest, like just find somebody that can help you, and that
Yeah.
kind of represents where you want to arrive. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Good input, dude. Anything else for that beginner?
No, that was probably the one thing that I had my foot on the brake with, was like there's just so many programs out there, right? Like
Hmm.
anybody that's looking for help, they're actively on YouTube or whatever, and there's so many options. When you
Hmm.
have sort of like a gut feeling on one, just get on the call, book a call with them, get on the phone with them, meet them. Don't just be kind of on the fence for weeks, months at a time. Just take action. Action is the only thing that moves the needle, right? At the end of the day. So
Yeah,
just
dude.
talk to somebody, get some clarity on where you are exactly. And even if you don't close on the call, it'll give you more to think about, and then it'll speed up that decision process for sure.
100%. I agree with you completely. Well, thanks so much for your time, Brad. I know this is a short interview for a lot of people, but I actually wanted to end this a little bit early so I can give Brad a little more. We've got an hour block here, and I wanted to actually just give Brad some tangible help, and I didn't know if I wanted to
Yeah.
record that. So, uh, thanks, Brad, for being on the channel. Appreciate you, brother.